decades, if a country wanted to borrow money from global investors, there was one obvious choice: issue bonds in US dollars. But now, one of the world's largest economies is preparing to do something very different. Brazil has announced that it wants to become a regular borrower in China's financial markets by issuing yuan dominated bonds every year. At first glance, this might look like a routine borrowing decision, but economists believe that it could be another small step in a much bigger global shift, one that could slowly challenge the dominance of the US dollar. So, why is Brazil borrowing in Chinese yuan instead of dollars? Brazil's national treasury has confirmed that it intends to issue yuan bonds in China every year rather than treating it as a one off experiment. According to the Deputy Secretary for Public Debt, the amount Brazil plans to raise is relatively small, and the government does not actually need the money because foreign debt makes up only around 4% of its total federal debt. Instead, the real objective is strategic. By issuing bonds in yuan, Brazil hopes to attract a completely new pool of Chinese investors while creating a benchmark that Brazilian companies can later use to raise capital in China's financial markets. Officials also believe that borrowing in China could be cheaper than borrowing elsewhere. However, the timing of the first issuance will depend on market conditions, and the government has not agreed or guaranteed that it will happen this year. Now, here's why it matters beyond Brazil. Traditionally, countries issue international bonds in US dollars because the dollar is the world's most trusted and liquid currency. Governments, companies, and investors across the globe buy dollar dominated debt because it is easy to trade and backed by the world's deepest financial markets. This system has helped cement the dollar's position as a dominant global reserve currency for decades. But China has been trying to change that equation. Over the last several years, Beijing has encouraged trading partners to settle trade in yuan instead of the US dollar, signed local currency agreements with multiple countries, expanded yuan payment systems, and also promoted yuan financing through institutions and also financial markets. Brazil's decision fits neatly into this broader strategy of increasing the international use of this Chinese currency. So, does that threaten the US dollar? In short term, probably not. Brazil itself admits that the borrowing program is more symbolic than financial. The planned issuance is relatively small and won't suddenly replace dollar borrowing. The US dollar still dominates global trade, central bank reserves, international debt markets, and also cross-border financial transactions. One bond program cannot overturn decades of financial infrastructure. However, the long-term implications are more interesting. Imagine if Brazil is followed by Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, or other emerging economies. If more governments start issuing debt in yuan, more global investors will need to hold more yuan. Now, that increases demand for the Chinese financial assets, deepens China's capital markets, and gradually expands the yuan's role in international finance. Over time, countries may also become less dependent on the US dollar for borrowing, trade settlement, and reserves. For the United States, the dollar dominance brings enormous advantages. It allows Washington to borrow at lower costs, gives it tremendous influence over the global financial system, and strengthens the effectiveness of sanctions because so much international finance flows through dollar. If more countries slowly diversify into alternate currencies, those advantages could gradually weaken even if dollar remains the world's leading currency for years to come.